Similar ball. And once again, he tricks Chris Gayle, the slow bouncer. And Gayle thought 3 times about what should I do here.
Far.
Again, down leg, not very clever. Only 2 men allowed outside the ring. And Chris Gayle exploits that. Well, Naveen just lost it a bit there. Only 2 runs in the first over. But
so suddenly it's a very bright start here for the Bulk Legends. Exactly what they required. Fazal Niazai coming on from the short at club end. Mujib has been taken off after that expensive over from him. 6 wickets for him. And once again, last ball previous over, if you see the way he was batting, striking a few fours, some lovely shots coming from his blade. Then this was a bit lucky, the 3rd boundary. But really, he just lost it, you felt. Never easy bowling against this man, Chris Gayle. Such a brilliant stroke player.
Well, thank you guys for being here at the Sharjah Cricket Ground. Hope you're enjoying this, regardless of which side it finishes. I think Afghanistan cricket can be very proud of what they've showcased here. So, Fazal Niazai comes in as Mujib takes a bit of a break. Right on target. That's what you want. Give no room and keep decent length. Keep it simple. Fazal starts well, as they all did.
Runs in the first 6 overs. Chris Gayle is going to be the wicket they want. Anton Devcich as well, such a key batsman for the Leopards. He's done well, most consistent for them.
Yeah, just a quick word about Devcich. He is the #1 batsman for the Nangarhar Leopards. Scored, 270 runs or so. And he'll be the key. Oh, unlucky. Struck the stump, so no run there. Could have been at least 1 or 2. He didn't really catch the sweet spot of the bat. But that's clever. You've been mentioning Yorkers, at least privately in the past, and that was pretty close to it.
Yeah, this is exactly what you got to try, because you're just squeezing that one out, playing with the full face of the bat. But this is the length you got to bowl. Not very frequently, but just that's got to be the surprise weapon for you against Chris Gayle.
So 4 balls, just 1 run. Got to finish well now, Fazal. Oh, and he does! What a shame that way may go for 4. No, brought back well in by Mujib. Well done. I'll have to say, not great keeping there. And unluckily for Fazal.
It was painlessly close. Very close there, but in the end, doing pretty well. Sliding there, stopping a few runs. Mujib. Such a good outfield, lush green, giving his all. Every run matters. But really, good bowling there. He's been impressive so far. He's got to continue the good work. Last ball of the over now. Once again, Fuller. Oh, that's dealt very nicely. 1 bounce. Going to be a fork 4 to end the 4th over. There's 37 for no loss.
Just on the bottom right, the highest and lowest scores for Bulk in the power play. 85 for none. Well, how do you lose a match from there? And of course, the lowest 44, losing 1 wicket. They are now 38. They've got almost 2 overs to get past their lowest. We think that should be easy to surpass, but I'm not so sure they're going to get to 85. It was a quiet start, and the bowlers haven't done too much wrong, but they are up against one of the most destructive batsmen in world cricket. Leans back, has plenty of time, just slightly short and over deep mid-wicket for a Fog Spagiza.
What a strike there. Picks up the length very quickly. Gets into a great position. Chris Gayle knew exactly the ball was a touch shot, and just swing of the arms up. That bat flow was tremendous. Much better. Would come back by Mujib.
Yeah, just a hint of spin as well. But we hope that the young man is not going to lose his nerve, because after being hit for a 6 off the first delivery, sometimes you can try and do too much. But I suspect he likes bowling to left-handers. It was only against Rasuli that he made some errors earlier on his first over. Again, drifting down leg, no cover there. And to deep square, that's another Fog Saluriza. Chris Gayle now continues to deal in boundaries. He will be loving this situation. Already 34 from only 20.
Yeah, another expensive over for Mujib so far. Well, the margin of error is minimal when you're bowling to this man. Really, the swing of the arms is looking in great touch at the moment, Chris Gayle. It's going to be a big threat.
Much better. Well, the point is to not drift to the pads of Chris Gayle, because you'll be taken for many. Of course, we do have a long on and a deep mid-wicket. But Got to keep it very tight, Mujib. Otherwise, the big man will cart you over the boundary line. As he tries again. Could be in the gap. And it is. Well, he didn't, again, perhaps get the sweet spot.
In fact, the last 3 boundaries from that previous over. Powered over wide long on, whipped through square leg, and then again through wide long on. Brutal from Gayle. 15 off that last over. And Gayle looking in ominous touch. 2 half-centuries for him already in the tournament. Remember, 73 in 22 balls yesterday to ruin Kandahar's hopes of reaching this stage of the tournament. 7 fours and a 6 to him thus far. And Ben Cutting with plenty to think about. Little bit of width. Gayle clears the front leg and goes through cover. Again, brutal stuff. Alistair Campbell alongside me. Good evening to you, Alistair.
Evening, Brian. Evening, everybody. Yeah, he's the man for the big occasion. Loves it. Loves the attention. Loves to play at his best when the stakes are at their highest, Chris Gayle. And I tell you what, he's turning it on here in this semi-final. And in this form of the game, the shorter version of the game, one man can make the difference between winning and losing. That's how it is. We saw in the previous game, 70 he got of 22 deliveries, and he's well on his way again here. 42 of 23 at this stage. Oh, he's carved that over square leg. That's another boundary. Not sure whether it pitched just in front or just over. The umpire seems to be long-sighted, and he's made the judgment already. So bounced just before, and it's been signalled for. So 2 wide on the previous delivery, trying to straighten up, trying to bowl the Yorker, and all he can do is serve up the full toss. And he's spot on, the umpire, a foot or so inside the line.
Alarm bells ringing here for the Nangarhar Leopards. Alistair, you and I were chatting off mic earlier. Have the Leopards made a mistake with not including the experience of Mitchell McClenaghan to go against Gayle in this power play?
Well, when it's panning out the way it has, then hindsight's a wonderful thing. I think you're spot on. They needed a guy like that, I reckon, in this lineup in this important game. Knowing full well that you had Mujib, and he would cause a few problems, as he has done the world over, really, to preferably this bloke, but just to get the belief back, the confidence back. And this is going to be a very interesting passage of play. See how he plays the spin. Zahir Khan into the attack.
Yeah, we've spoken about that power play. It is actually Bolt's highest power play when they've batted first. Their previous highest power play when they batted first was 63 without loss against Kabul. And remember, they went on and scored 244 in that match. Plenty for Ben Cutting to reflect upon thus far. That's his game face. Always got a reputation for being a smiley, jolly character, Chris Gayle, but well, when he's out in the middle, there's nothing to smile about, particularly when you're an opposition bowler. 6. Oh, goodness me, that was brutal.
That is right out the middle of the bat. Not a lot of elevation, but plenty of distance. And 50 up as well for the Universe boss of just 28 deliveries. It's a knockout game, it's a semi-final, and he's come to the party big time. 9 fours, 2 sixes, and a strike rate of just under 200. 2 full from Zahir Khan, and all Anton Devcic can do is turn around and ask a member of the crowd to throw it back.
The googly. Gayle's half-century, his 3rd of the tournament. This is why he's an icon player in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League. A little bit of good fortune there with that top-edged paddle hook. but otherwise just brutal down the ground. Long on and long off, in danger. Out! There's the breakthrough. Oh, it was so necessary, wasn't it? And Ben Cutting's got it. Naveen ul Haq with the catch at long on. And how important will that be in the final analysis? Nangarhar on the board at last, and Cutting makes the breakthrough.
Benjamin, you beauty, they cry, as the Nangarhar Leopards get a huge breakthrough. Brought himself into the attack as captain, wanted to lead from the front, wanted to get that first breakthrough, and Chris Gayle has powered one down the ground, but straight to Naveen ul Haq, and he takes a very important catch in this very important game. A clap of the hands from Ben Cutting, but what an innings it's been from Chris Gayle. 54 of just 30 deliveries, 75 for one now.